Bands make it better, Sandbag edition. Hi, I'm Jonathan Pritchett, Theology, Geek, Fitness. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can incorporate resistance bands with sandbag training. I reviewed a sandbag. It's the BGC sandbag from Academy Sports. It's a 50-pound adjustable sandbag in a prior video. And also in another prior video, I showed how you can incorporate resistance bands into body weight and calisthenics training. And so I want to do something similar for sandbag training. I really love sandbags. I love this sandbag so much that I went and got an even better sandbag, the 2XSR that I have at home, which I'll be doing a review on in the future. It's really great sandbag, but this 50-pound one is a great sandbag too. But you can use resistance bands with your sandbag training, not just as an alternative to doing some exercises with resistance bands and other exercises with the sandbag, which that's possible. But you can also incorporate the resistance bands to add resistance to the sandbag. So you're getting the benefit of having a weighted object, you know, and sandbags, you can get a whole lot of weight for a whole lot less money than, you know, buying plates and bars and dumbbells and so forth. So it extends the value of a sandbag. So my 50-pound sandbag, it can be adjusted in 10-pound increments up to 50 pounds, but it doesn't have to end there. It can be extended beyond that by adding resistance bands. Now, people add resistance bands to free weight training all the time, so why not do it with sandbags? And because sandbags have the handles positioned at various places all around the sandbag, it gives you multiple options for anchoring the resistance band to the sandbag for various exercises. And for others, you can just anchor it under your feet. So for example, if you want to do squats, well, you can just do a normal front squat with a resistance band while holding, you know, coming across like that, but while holding the sandbag. Or the two handles on the sandbag that give you like the hammer grip option, you could run the band through that and then anchor it under your feet, and that works really great for things like deadlifts, bent over rows and stuff like that. So that's an option for that. You know, you can just anchor the band under your feet for biceps curls and just hold the ends of the bands in your palm and then grab the handles and you can do curls. Same thing with overhead tricep extensions. You can incorporate that for overhead presses. All kinds of ways that you can incorporate using the resistance band with the sandbag. You know, resistance bands are great tools on their own. I've always advocated for using resistance bands, but sometimes you just want weight, and I'm a big fan of inexpensive weight, and sandbags are a good way to do that. So similarly to incorporating the resistance bands with the sandbags, I do that with my Bosu's Surge 60 and the Hydro Balls. You know, those cap out. The Surge 60 caps out at 60 pounds of water. The Hydro Balls cap out at 25 pounds, and the 12-pound versions. But again, that's where they cap out in and of themselves, but you incorporate resistance bands like you do with a 50-pound sandbag, and it extends the value without having to purchase new items, unless you just want new items, like I wanted a sandbag that could hold more. But I probably don't need one that holds, the 2XSR I think holds 150 pounds max, but it had some features that I'll go over in the review that I like better than this one. Of course, naturally it's more expensive, but still, I like it. I probably won't ever get another sandbag on top of that. That one's probably all I'll ever need, and I have the resistance bands to do similarly with the 2XSR sandbag that I do with the one that I keep here in my office. You know, it extends the value. It increases resistance at little cost. So if you don't want to buy another sandbag, you know, you can always just keep increasing the size of the resistance band, and it just extends it. So you get a lot more resistance, and resistance bands don't cost a whole lot of money. Plus, resistance bands open you up to a whole other set of exercises that you can do, in addition to using resistance bands with the sandbag for various exercises. And of course, sandbags, they don't allow any sort of vertical pulling movement by their design. It's just a weighted object, you know. It's not like a pull-up bar or a lat pull-down machine or whatever. So if you don't want to buy like a pulley system, like I demonstrated in the previous video where I had a pulley set so that I could use the sandbag as the weighted object for pull downs, you can just use the resistance band, the Undercenter resistance bands that I use. They have that indoor-outdoor anchor, so you can anchor it over a door if you're working out indoors, or you know, it has that strap that you can wrap it around poles and branches and tree trunks and all kinds of things, and then just do your vertical pulling movement with the resistance band. So that's very helpful. I really enjoy incorporating the two. I hope that you, if you don't have a sandbag, you know, you can always get into that by getting a sandbag if you're already using resistance bands, and that way you can use the linear variable resistance of the resistance bands, along with now having using weight, but you're also using the shifting weight of the sandbag, which is a lot of fun. So, you know, it's just two different ways of working out, but they also can work together for your workouts in pretty cool ways. So, you know, just experiment with it. You know, I've shown a few exercise demonstrations in this video showing what can be done. There's certainly a lot more possibilities of incorporating resistance bands in with sandbags. Or if you're already using resistance bands, incorporate a sandbag in that, and it's just a great combination. I really enjoy that, using both, and I like to use them both together as much as I like to just, you know, use resistance bands on their own, or even just a sandbag on its own. But they play so well together that if you have a sandbag, you should get a set of resistance bands, and think about that before thinking about getting an even bigger sandbag. If you think, well, I'm getting to the end of the road with this sandbag, I think I need more weight. Well, not necessarily. You can just get a set of resistance bands. So there you go. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, click the like button, click the dislike button. If you don't like the video, I don't care either way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'd very much appreciate it. If you want to support Theology Geek Fitness, you can go to patreon.com/theologygeekfitness, and all that money gets reinvested in making the channel better. And by the way, you can get some extra bonus content, full workouts and routines featuring the equipment I talk about. I just kind of film my workouts here in the office or at the house and just put them up there with no audio, so that you don't have to listen to me count off reps or talk about how whatever muscle is on fire and all that other kind of nonsense you get in most workout videos. You can just listen to whatever podcast or music you like while you follow along with the exercises. So consider that if you will. I'd very much appreciate it. And I also appreciate you watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.